लाल की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, राधा रानी की जय। श्री गुरवे नमः। 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 आचार्यं मां विजानीया नावमन्येत कर्मचित् नमर्त्य बुद्ध्या सूयेत सर्वदेवमयो गुरु। हे परम प्रियतम, पूर्णतम पुरुषोत्तम श्री कृष्ण, तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण अनादिकाल से हमने अनंतानंत दुख पाए एवं पा रहे हैं। पाप करते करते अंतःकरण इतना मलिन हो चुका है कि रसिकों द्वारा यह जानने पर भी कि तुम अपनी भुजाओं को पसारे अपनी वात्सल्यमयी दृष्टि से हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता। हे अशरण शरण, तुम्हारी कृपा के बिना तुम्हें कोई जान भी तो नहीं सकता। ऐसी स्थिति में हे अकारण करुण पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण, तुम अपनी अहेतुकी कृपा से ही हमको अपना लो। हे करुणा सागर, हम भुक्ति मुक्ति आदि कुछ नहीं मांगते, हमें तो केवल तुम्हारे निष्काम प्रेम की एकमात्र चाह है। हे नाथ, अपने विरध की ओर देखकर इस अधम को निराश न करो। हे जीवन धन, अब बहुत हो चुका, अब तो तुम्हारे प्रेम के बिना यह जीवन मृत्यु से भी अधिक भयानक है। अतएव प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि, प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि, प्रेम भिक्षाम देहि। साकेत बिहारी श्री राघवेंद्र सरकार की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी श्री यादवेंद्र सरकार की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। Page 106. Omar Shama तेरी जो चरण शरण आए, ओम शमा तेरी जो चरण शरण आए, माया की कौन मायापति घबराए, माया की कौन करे, मायापति घबराए, ओम शमा तेरी जो चरण शरण आए, ओम शमा तेरी जो चरण शरण आए, वन चरण आचरण को श्रुति निंदित बतराए, मन चरण आचरण को श्रुति निंदित बतराए, मन चरण आचरण को श्रुति निंदित बतराए, सहचरी करी उन सबको निज भुज धरि उरलाए, सहचरी करी उन सबको निज भुज धरि उरलाए, सहचरी करी उन सबको निज भुज धरि उरलाए, तव पद रज पावन को पद्माकुल छाए, तव पद रज पावन को पद्माकुल छाए, तव पद रज पावन को पद्माहु ललचाए। ब्रजलता बिटप ब्रह्मा मन भाए। ओ ब्रजलता बिटप ब्रह्मा मन भाए। जो चरण शरण आए। तेरी अनुकंपा दे शिव गोपी बन आए। तेरी अनुकंपा दे शिव गोपी बन आए। तेरी अनुकंपा दे शिव गोपी बनी आए। तेरी अनुकंपा दे शिव गोपी बनी आए। सनकादि ब्रह्म ज्ञानी तन लतन पाए। सनकादि ब्रह्म ज्ञानी तन लतन पाए। ओ सनकादि ब्रह्म ज्ञानी तन लतन पाए। सनकादि ब्रह्म ज्ञानी तन लतन पाए। जो चरण शरण आए। माया की कौन करे मायापति घबराए। माया की कौन करे मायापति घबराए। चाहत कृपालु मेरी तेरी कहलाए। चाहत कृपालु मेरी तेरी कहलाए। चाहत कृपालु मेरी तेरी कहलाए। चाहत कृपालु मेरी तेरी कहलाए।
सेवा मिल जाए
भूले भटके कब कब सेवा मिल जाए
भूले भटके कब सेवा मिल जाए
ओ जो चरण शरण आए माया की कौन करे मायापति घबराए
माया की कौन करे मायापति घबराए
राधा रानी की page 59 Shri Radha Madhuri. I'll just go through the path very briefly. We can benefit more. This beautiful path written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu from Prem Ras Madhira, Shri Radha Madhuri. So, Vrishabhanu Lali Gun Gai that divine Shakti Radha Rani who even Shri Krishna is worshipping. Shri Krishna himself says, Radhaiva Radhyate Maya. Brahmanda Puran. I worship only Shri Radha. Krishnena Aradhyate iti Radha. Rigvediya Radhikopanishad. The Vedas say the Supreme Brahm, Shri Krishna, supreme power above whom there is none, whom Brahma, Vishnu, Shiv, everyone worships. He also worships someone, that is Radha. Why does he worship Radha? Because Atma Turadhika Tasya. Atma Turadhika Tasya. Vedas, the Vedas say, Radharani is the Atma, the soul of Shri Krishna. The dearest thing, even to us, is our soul. And the soul of all souls is Shri Krishna. And the soul of Shri Krishna is Radha. That's why Radha Rani is so, that Shri Radha whom even Shri Krishna is worshipping. So say in the mind, the devotee saying to the mind, sing the glories, gaye, sing the glories of that Radharani. Unake charan kamal kah dhyavan, आठो याम गमाइए. The lotus feet of Radharani, a very divine entity, the apex of all the divine power is in the charan, the lotus feet. Charan is so important. This is how we do pranam to charan. Even Shri Krishna wants to get the dust of the feet, lotus feet of a saint. Nirapeksham munim shantam niravairam samadarshanam anuprajamiham nityam puyetam ghirenu. 11 Canto, 14 chapter 16 verse Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. Shri Krishna said to Uddhava, I run after my fully surrendered devotees so I can be blessed by the dust of their lotus feet. This specialty, every part of a divine entity, whether God or a saint, is divine. But the apex of all the divine power is in the charan, lotus feet. So meditate on the lotus feet, dhyan karna, meditate on the lotus feet, Atoyam. Absorb yourself 24 hours a day. Unake naam let ne shivasad asuvanadhar bahaye. Take in the name of Radharani, which is Radharani herself. God and the name is one. वो भेद नहीं है इसमें. Bhagwan resides in the name. God sits in the name. Naam namakari bahudha nija sarva shaktis. God has taken all his power and put in the name. We have to realize that. Bring that faith, knowing that we don't benefit when we chant the name of God because we don't have the faith, that belief that God is sitting in the name. Naam mein baithe. So that name Radharani of Radharani, that Radhe name, take it day and night, Nishivasa. And while taking the name, shed tears, Asu bahaye. Without tears, the bhakti is not the bhakti. Most important, we have to shed tears. Unakai nitya dham barsano puni puni aiye jaiye. Her place of residence is called Barsana. The Barsana we see in India, which is in the Braj, the place when she descended, she stayed. In that Barsana, there's another Barsana that was brought from Golok. Because our eyes are material, we cannot see that divine Barsana. We go, we see material Barsana because we have material eyes. But there's a divine Barsana there, in that Barsana, that Radharani is always there, performing divine pastimes. Having that faith, when you go to Barsana, that this is Barsana, the real Barsana itself. One day I will see, with that desire, longing, that you will see the true Barsana, Radharani herself become Barsana. Keep coming and going all the time. Unake param pavitra charitra kaha suniye aur sunaiye. Her divine glories, her pastimes. Listen to about it again and again. Tell it to others. Her biography, who is Radharani, what pastimes, as much as you know, listen to. The more you hear, the more you know about Radharani, naturally you will fall in love. Unake jo kripalu jana unnate prema sudhara sapaye. And finally, in order to attain the divine love of Radharani, we have to go to the saints who have attained that divine love. The Gopi saints. Go to them, surrender to them. They have attained that, they will give it to you also, once you surrender to them. Gaye Vrishabhanu Lali Gun Gaye Vrishabhanu Lali Gun. Try to meditate on Radharani. As the words say, try to feel, visualize also. Gaye Vrishabhanu Lali Gun Gaye Vrishabhanu Unke param unke charan kamal ka dhyavat unke unke charan. Try to visualize the lotus feet of Radharani, or the one who's descended and come. Radharani herself has come as the most graceful, most blessed Saint Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Meditate on the lotus feet. Unke charan kamal ka dhyavat unke charan kamal ka dhyavat atho yam gamaye Vrishabhanu Lali Gun Atho yam gamaye Vrishabhanu Lali Gun Atho yam gamaye Vrishabhanu Lali Gaye Vrishabhan Lali उनके परम पवित्र चरित्र का उनके परम पवित्र चरित्र का सुनिए और सुनाइए विश्व ललित सुनिए और सुनाइए विश्व ललित गाइए विश्व ललित उनके जो कृपालु जन उनके कृपालु जन उनके प्रेम सुधारस प्रेम सुधारस पाइए विश्व ललित प्रेम सुधारस पाइए विश्व ललित उनकी जो कृपालु जन उनके प्रेम सुधारस आइए वृषभानु नदी राधा रानी की Many times the question comes, people ask, and the question comes in our mind, when we die, where are we going to go? मरने के बाद कहाँ जाएंगे? Shri Krishna says to Arjuna in Gita, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunte sada tadbhava bhavita. Chapter 8, verse 6, Gita. Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam. Smaran means remember. Tyajatyante kalevaram. Kalevar is this body. This body belongs to us. We're not the body. Body is made of 5 elements. Prithvi, Jal, Tej, Vayu, Akash. Earth, water, fire, air and space. Kshiti, Jala, Pavaka, Gagana, Samira. Panchada, Chitta, Yaha, Adhama, Sarira. Body is material, made of 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air and space. So who are we? We are the soul, Atma. Jivatma. When the soul leaves the body, Tyajatyante kalevara. Whatever we remember at that time, Yamyam Bapi Smaram Bhava. Whatever you remember at that time, tam tame vaiti kaunteya, so that bhava bhavita, that's where we're going to go or become afterwards. Whatever you remember, hum yaad kya karenge? What are we going to remember at that time? Bhagwan, God. If we are attached to God, if we love God, we remember God. Whatever we are attached to, whatever we love, that's what you're going to remember. If we are attached to any person or object in the world, we remember that. There's a great katha in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana. Very great person known as Jar Bharat. Jar Bharat ruled the whole world for 10 million years. $10 million. Detached, totally detached. No attachment. Bharat was so great Before this world was known as Ajanabhavarsh. Ajanabhavarsh. Because of Bharat, the world became known as Bharatvarsh. Today we call a small little place Bharatvarsh, India. The whole world was India before. Smaller, little place. That also might get smaller in the future. After 10 million years, Bharat divided the world among his sons. He went on the bank of a river, today is situated in a place called Nepal, Gandaki Nadi, this river. There was an ashram there. The saints and sages lived, rishis and munis. This place is very special. It's also called Shaligram Kshetra. There's a mountain there, and insects, they cut the mountain and stone come off, round stones. And because the insects are cutting on those stones, the weapon of Sri Krishna comes in it. The Sudarshan Chakra, the discus. So these Shaligram that is gotten there in this Gandaki Nadi are considered to be authentic. The shrap was given by Tulsi, Vrinda, to Bhagwan to become stone. And he accepted it. So this place is also called Shaligram Kshetra. On the bank of that river, Bharat was doing his bhakti. He was self-realized. Paramhans. As he was totally detached. He ruled the world to no attachment for anyone or anything. One king in the whole world. He ruled the entire world. One king. And no attachment. Because he was Paramhans, self-realized. He realized I am the soul, the Atma. I am not the body. This is called self-realization. It's not God realization. So, he had gone there to continue his bhakti, his sadhana. He had great love for Sri Krishna. One day, while he was doing sadhana on the bank of the Gandaki Nadi, pregnant deer came there to drink water. गर्भवती हिरन पानी पीने के लिए आई उसी नदी में. And she's drinking the water and suddenly a lion roared. The greatest enemy of a deer is a lion. Hearing the roar of that lion and thinking the lion was very close, and to save her life, the deer jumped to cross the river. When she jumped, the baby that was in the womb fell out. She had a miscarriage. And she ran away, scared for her life, forgot about baby. She ran away in some cave, and because of the exertion and the miscarriage, died. The baby that had fallen out of the womb started drowning in the water, in the river. Jal Bharat saw the entire episode. Overcome with compassion, he went into the river and saved that baby there. And started taking care of that baby. And soon he became attached अब देखो Paramhans, he had realized, I am the soul Atma. He had crossed one Maya. There are two Mayas. Tehi kar bhed sunahu tum do, vidya apar avidya do. Bhagavan Shri Ram is saying to Lakshmana, being questioned by Lakshmana, what is Maya? So Bhagavan Shri Ram says there are two kinds of Maya. One is Vidya Maya, one is Avidya Maya. One is Guna Varika Maya, one is Sorupa Varika Maya. Many names. So he had gotten rid of Avidya Maya, Rajagun and Tamogun. He had realized I am the soul Atma. But Vidya Maya was still there. Vidya Maya means the world. The world we see outwardly. Mountain, trees, valleys, ocean, animals, people, birds. This is all Vidya Maya. Jnani, yogi, rishi, in ancient times, they were able to, on their own power, cross Avidya Maya. They cross Rajogun, Tamogun. They realize I am the soul Atma. That person goes in Samadhi, spiritual trance. The happiness experience is so great, beyond anything in the world. None of you not eaten rasgulla or ice cream, gulab jamun, no. Greater than any happiness. It's so great that person think they have attained everything. As long as he remains in Samadhi, he's safe. But the moment he opens his eyes, Vidya Maya will take hold. And he falls. A lot of people say self-realization is God realization. This is total nonsense. They don't understand. People have written books saying this. Just sit down quietly, relax. This one pushing this one, relax, relax. Let him do anything, let him do it. Let him fall asleep, let him relax. You relax too. So, people don't understand. And we read and we think, oh, that's correct. We don't understand what is self-realization, what is God realization. So self-realization means he has only reached half. It's incomplete. That jnani falls again and again. In order to cross Vidya Maya, he now has to do bhakti, that jnani. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Daivi Hisha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mame Vaye Prapadyante Maya Metantarantite. Chapter 7 verse 14 Gita. He's talking about Vidya Maya, Guna Varika Maya, Gunamai. Shri Krishna says this Maya is not an illusion, as people say, as the Jnani say. Daivi Hisha, it's a divine power. Out Mama Maya, Meri Maya. It's a power that belongs to Shri Krishna. And no one, no Jnani, Rishi, Muni, Yogi, no one can cross that Maya by their own effort, apne bal se. How to cross? Mame vaye prapadyante. Ev means only. Shri Krishna says only the one who completely surrenders to Shri Krishna, who does bhakti. Jnani yogi doesn't surrender, bhakt surrenders, devotee surrenders. can be free from Maya. When you surrender to Sri Krishna, then Sri Krishna will say to Maya, okay, leave that one now, they are mine. Leave. Only when Sri Krishna tells Maya to leave, she will go. It is his power. To defeat Maya, we have to defeat Sri Krishna. And he's only defeated by one thing only, prem, bhakti, love. So, that Jnani gets, so that's how, this is a perfect example. Jar Bharat was Paramhans, yet he became attached to the deer, Vidya Maya. If he had God realization, Maya could not affect him anymore. He became attached to the deer. I want to go in great detail. When his end was coming, he was about to leave the world, and he knew, he called the disciples in the ashram and told them, please bring the deer. I love her so much. I love you so much. Someone says this all the time. Words is a different thing. What love is, we don't even know. But we like to say it. We have to understand what love really means. Saying I love you doesn't mean anything. As long as you do what I want, as long as you fulfill my desire, do as I say, I love you. And you don't do what I want, you don't fulfill my desire, that same love can become hate. Anyhow, so he said, bring the deer. And they brought the deer. And so he told the disciples, look, I'm about to leave the world. And this deer is my favorite. I love her so much. Please take care of her when I go. And he put his hand and started playing, fondling the deer. And he left with his mind attached to the deer. What happened? In next life, Paramhans had to come back as a deer. Many of us keep puppy, dog, parrot, all kind of thing, and we think, no problem. Be careful. Wherever your mind is attached, whatever you love, that's what you're going to remember at that time. Such a great personality, Jar Bharat, had to come back as a deer. My Guru, Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, in his book, he's written many books. One of them is known as Gati Govind Radhe, 11,111 verses. In one of them he says, Antamati Soi Gati, Antamati Soi Gati Govind Radhe, Yate man nit Hari Guru me laga de. We'll sing this beautiful verse a little bit. Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Antamati Soi Gati, Antamati Soi Gati Govind Radhe, Yate man nit Hari Guru me laga de. Soi Gati Yate man nit hari Guru mein lagaye Yate man nit hari Guru mein lagaye Yate man nit hari Guru mein lagaye Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Govind Radhe
Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Govind Radhe
Antamati Soi Gati. Ant, that end, wherever our mind is attached, what we're thinking about. Antamati, Soi Gati, that will be our destination, where we're going to go, become. Therefore, Yate man nit, the mind, nit means always. Hari Guru mein lagade, attach the mind to God and the saint every moment. If you want what's good for you, that you don't have to come back and rotate in 8.4 million forms of life. Uncountable time. We've done that. The soul keeps rotating in 8.4 million forms of life. 84 lakh. For beginningless time, we have been every form of life you can think about: dog, cat, donkey, worm, grass, tree, bird, devata, celestial being. Anything you can, besides God, we have attained uncountable time, not just once or twice. And that same dog, that cat, that you may take a dog and take a stick, a stray dog, and hit him on the head. We have to go there one day. If we don't do bhakti, if we do not get attached to God and the saint. So to save ourselves from having to rotate, Akar 4,84,000 Yoni Brahmat Yah Jiva Avinasi. The Jivatma, the soul, who we are, is Avinashi, indestructible, eternal, beginningless. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. But it keeps rotating, Brahmat, in 8.4 million forms of life, according to our karma, our action, our attachment. We get attached in the world, and people think, there's no problem, when I'm about to die, I'll think about Bhagwan. Impossible. People think that they can take God's name. We're told in the scriptures that if someone takes God's name at the time when you die, if you take God's name, you'll go to Bhagwan. First to begin, when you see someone's life has stopped, they haven't died as yet. Breathing has stopped, doctor comes and pronounces the person dead, and they haven't died as yet. It has happened. People have been taken in they put the two bamboo and they put the body in there and they're taken to the Manikarnika Ghat. The place in Varanasi, at the bank of the Ganga, where they cremate them, and they're taken in there. Ram Naam Satya hai, and suddenly the person sits down. Many times happen. So we think that the person has died. No. It's pronounced, but death happens a while afterwards. The true death. We become unconscious. The pain experienced because of attachment. All because of attachment. We don't want to die. We attain a vision. At that time that we normally don't have while we are alive. We're going to see things that we cannot normally see. We're going to see the Yamduts, messengers of death coming. You will know they're coming for me. They're so terrifying. And because you know they're coming, this time you will know it's come. And you don't want to die, the life force tries to hide in the senses. And so it has to be taken out with great force. The more attachment, the more force. If someone has no attachment, he's not attached to any person, any object, he has realized I'm the soul, the Atma. And you have not attained God-realization, but you're not attached to anyone or anything in the world, you see the Yamduts coming also. Radhe, Radhe. You put a good smile on your face. You welcome them. Ab koi dar nahi hai, there's no fear. Because now I'm soul, I cannot die. That confidence, you have the full confidence. People read Katha, they make all kind of big thing about it, read Gita, yet there's no knowledge about who or what dies. You're suffering so much. You're given so much lecture, big yag. And yet someone dies and you're crying and suffering. Ab kya pad rahe? What are you reading? Storybook? There's no confidence of what I am. Nainam chinnanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavaka, na chainyam kledayantyapu, na shoshayati maruta. In Gita, chapter 2, verse 23, Shri Krishna says there's the Jivatma, the individual soul. Nainam chindanti shastrani, no shastra, no weapon can cut it. Pavak, fire cannot burn it. Apa, water cannot wet it. Marut, it can't be dried by the wind. It is the same forever. Is it avinashi, indestructible? Yet do we have faith? We have big Babaji, big lecture we can give, and yet we have, oh, I don't want to die, oh, I'm so suffering, oh, this one die, I feel so, eh? Why you give a lecture then? So, when that realization is there, that I am the soul, Atma, someone can attain that knowledge and have not attained God realization. Self-realization. But, so you're going to see also. But now there's no fear. That person becomes fearless. This is the real fearlessness. Only when the knowledge comes, I am the soul, Atma, and the soul is indestructible. That person can be truly fearless. So the more attachment we have, this is all happens because of ignorance. Why does attachment, kahan se aati this attachment? By the identification with the physical body. Not knowing who am I. thinking I am this body, I am a Guyanese, I'm a Trinidadian, I'm American, I'm Canadian, I'm Indian, a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jain. So many titles. It's all body. If I'm body, then I'm all those things. I'm not, I'm soul, Atma. The soul has no title. So, that person becomes unconscious. When you become unconscious, you cannot say anything. Father, say Ram, say Krishna, say God name. आप बोल नहीं सकते. You cannot say anything. And you're going to think about those you love, you are attached to in the world. You see people, they're very sick and they're thinking they're about to die. They may have something has happened in the family that has caused enmity. For years they have not seen this person, this son, this daughter. They're not speaking to each other in some foreign land. Oh, please call Ramesh. Tell Ramesh I'm about to go. I cannot die unless I see him. Hey, home for so long you didn't want to even see him or speak to him. But the attachment. People make great challenge. I'm not attached to anyone, anything, any person. And something happens to the person, oh, you want to die also. Oh, there's a pain, you feel this pain inside. Then you know. So this attachment comes from ignorance. And the more attached we are, the more pain you're going to experience. Anyhow, the point is, what do you remember at that time? So how to save ourselves from that? So Kripalu Mahaprabhu is saying, Yate man nit Hari Guru me laga de. Practice every moment to attach your heart, your mind to Hari Guru, to Radha Krishna, to the saint, the true Guru. Abhyas. Practice. First realize, make it firm, the decision in the mind. I'm the soul, my Atma hu, my Atma. I'm not this body, I'm the soul, Atma. And then my every relation is only with Shri Krishna. Mata, Pita, Bhrata, Suhit. Every relation that we can think about is only with Shri Krishna. Because I'm soul, Atma. In prayer we say, Tvameva Mata, cha Pita, Tvameva. People say it. It's just, actually we lie to Bhagavan. Lie. Because we are saying, Tvam Ev, you alone. Tvam means you, Ev means alone. Tu He. Hey Shri Krishna, you alone are my mommy, you alone are my daddy, you alone are my friend, you alone are my wealth, you alone are my everything. Tvam Ev Sarabam Mamadev. But only from here, mouth. There's no feeling in the heart. Because in here we're thinking, no, this is my mommy, this is my daddy. How can Shri Krishna alone be my wealth? The money in the bank is my wealth. It's my money. Somebody take a little bit, you lose a little bit. Oh, stock market fall. So much pain. So, that knowledge is very important. Understand. If we want to become free from that endless cycle of birth and death, rotating in that endless cycle of birth and death, this avagaman and suffering, we have to be attached to Shri Krishna. Not what you say is where the mind is. Whether you say or don't say doesn't matter. If somebody's heart or mind is attached to Shri Krishna, he did not say Shri Krishna. Can anyone say you cannot go to Bhagavan? Up to Krishna kaha nahi? He didn't say Krishna. You're not going to Bhagwan, really? Shri Krishna says, Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram yah prayati samadbhavam yati nastatya sanshaya. Chapter 8, verse 5, Gita. At the last moment, Antakale smaran muktva mame Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram. When the life leaves the body, if you remember Shri Krishna, think about Shri Krishna. Man, you think about me, Shri Krishna, then you will certainly come to me, Arjun. There's no doubt about that. Shri Krishna is saying with a challenge. You take God, then it's fine. That person can. Because he doesn't experience any pain. Only the one who is totally attached to Shri Krishna, who has no attachment in the world, I told you, has no attachment. When he will see, that time Yamdut cannot come. Yamraj will come, if anyone. But there's no fear. And Yamraj comes not to command, he comes as a servant. So he can say Ram, he can not say Ram, doesn't matter. Because nowadays, he's all conscious. Only such a person can do that. Whether he takes God name or not doesn't matter, but he alone can. Only one who has become totally free from Maya, who is totally attached to God or the saint who is God personified. So this is why he said, Yate man nit. Nit means always, all the time. Har samay. Hari Guru mein laga de. Attach the mind to Hari, means Radha Krishna, Guru, the saint. All the time. So at your mind, that time you will remember only Maharaji, only Radharani, only Shri Krishna. And this is Shri Krishna's law. Whatever you remember, there you will go. So there is no fear. So we have to practice this much more, but this is what we have to practice. Right? So the question is, where will I go? What will happen to me? Simple. Where your mind is, what you're attached to. You know where you're attached, you know where your mind is attached. Of course, some of us will be so attached to the world and we have this abhiman, this great ego. I'm attached only to Bhagwan. You can say what you want. What is inside is a different thing. जो अंदर है वो भगवान देखते हैं. Guru is seen, God is seen, and you will know at that time also, because you will know what you're remembering. You can say whatever you want. What you feel in the heart that time, that is what counts. We have to practice. Nobody knows which moment we can go. Don't procrastinate and say, okay, I will do, but not right now. We have this problem, we keep procrastinating. Karenge. I know I have to do it, but right now I'm so busy, I have so much things to do. Yeah, you see what happened this COVID and how much people are so close to you, how many people they tell me, oh, so many people I knew were so close, and the time was there, they have to go. Whether it's COVID or not, we have to go. When the time comes, nobody can go before their time. But we've seen it. Death is everywhere. So what guarantee we have that I cannot go? And that I will go only when I'm old? There's no guarantee. When time comes, we have to go. So at least let us practice to be attached. Our mind will remember that time. Our mind will remember only Radha Krishna, Radha Rani Shri Krishna, the saint Maharaji who is Radha Krishna personified. And we'll go straight to them, to Golok. Otherwise, we'll have to rotate in 8.4 million forms of life. There's much more some other time. Ladli Lal ki, Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki. So we'll do so we can you tell us someone stop coming.